Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? I see Nancy and Paula. We're having some conversation about roses, my favorite flower. Hello, Michelle. Hello. How is everybody doing? Hi, Lisa. How are you doing? I'm so excited for you guys to be here today. And hey, Sue, how are you doing? Today is a little bit, maybe a little bit out of my comfort zone. It's definitely all about like shimmer and shine and a little bit of texture. And also doing a little bit of in the mood for color. And so I'm really excited to take what we have today and show it in two different colorways and how you can really use color to, really change up the mood of your card. And Lisa, oh my gosh, you are so excited. So Lisa is right. I have the Mini Delight. This is for November. So if you are a subscriber, you probably have already seen this. It's really cute. And last week when I was here, we talked about the subscriptions. And I would love to know if you are a subscriber. Let me know in the chat if you happen to subscribe to any of the Altenew sets. And I believe last time Han was with me and we said that there were 6, I think. So really exciting. Hey, Liz, how are you doing? Liz, I need to know if you tried those little cupcake things, if you ended up making things for your son's birthday. Oh my gosh. And Nancy, I need to know, how is San Francisco doing? And is it smelling like sourdough? Because I would love to have some right now. I got to tell you. And Tracy is here. Tracy, I hope you had a happy birthday. I was so excited that we could make some cupcake birthday tags for you for last week. Hello. And I see Kona, Sitka, Rose. How are you doing? Aloha. How are you? How are you doing? I see Rachel from Missouri. And let's see, Sue is here. Sue, it is a really super rainy day. Don't you agree? Sue and I kind of live near each other. So it is very, very rainy. And I would love to know, is it Han behind the badge today? It's Han again. Yes, Han, Dream Team. Here we are. We are here again. And so, like I said, I'm really excited to be sharing this. We're going to be doing some different colorways and playing around with some different ways that you can add some sparkle, shimmer, and shine. So I would love it if you could right now reach out to everybody that you know and say, hey, there's this awesome live going on. Reach out to them, text them, put it on social media, and let them know, hey, you should join because Han is going to be drawing a winner at the end of this to get a gift card to Altenew. And let's face it, it is kind of a rainy day. So what else are you going on? Except maybe to get a little bit of craft time for yourself. Michelle's like, yep, rainy here for days. It's coming. It's pretty crazy. And we have Jane. Hello, Jane. Oh my gosh. And I'm so excited you guys are here. So take a moment right now and go ahead and share this live while we're live, and you'll be entered to win a gift card to Altenew. And I am going to be sharing our November. So this is not yet in the store. They don't usually let me into the vault to get new things. And so I'm actually really excited to be sharing this with you because it's my first time using it too, and this is not yet available in the store. It will be in the store, but it's not yet in there. So this is the one that's coming out in November, and I'm so excited to also be bringing you Mini Delight. I think they need to start calling, because I love Mini Delights so much, they need to start calling them Amy's Delight and change the name for it. That's what I think. Han, can we make that happen? We're going to start changing the name of this from Mini Delight to like Amy's Delight. This is great. All right. So I just say, yes, Tracy, but Nancy, like all the subscriptions, it's awesome to have them because it's like, you get a better price point, but then also it comes to your door. So like me, I forget to do everything, or I do everything last minute. And then you're like, hey, I have something to do. So that's great. Oh my gosh, Sue, 10 minutes ago. Yes, the winds out there are a little crazy. So we'll see how it goes. I'm with Sue, but we're going to get down to my mat and we're going to say hello to Nestled Whimsy. So hello, Nestled Whimsy. It's so nice that you are here. And this is the November Mini Delight. Oh, thank you, Liz. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you, Susan, for sharing this. You too can be like Liz, Michelle, and Sue, and Susan, and you can be entered to win, and Christy and Elizabeth, and you can be entered to win a gift card to Altenew. And Han, who is behind the badge today, she will be sharing. She'll be sharing who our winner is to that $15 gift card. And you actually could put that toward your Mini Delight for November. So like I said, this is not yet available in the store, but super great. And we're going to be playing around with some cool stuff. So you can see I have some goodies on my desk today. And what I have besides some inks is I'm going to be pulling out some shimmer relief paste. Who is loving this? All right, loving this stuff. Super awesome to use. I'm going to be kind of playing around with 2 of these colors. And we got a little bit of pigment white that will come into play a little bit. And of course, you have to have the metallic watercolor set. Super awesome to have. And of course, I have some shimmer dots going on. And it would not be an Amy Live without a little bit of embossing powder. So we got a little bit of that stuff too. Let me grab some antique gold. We got a little bit of that as well coming along. Oh my gosh. Oh, Rachel, Build a Garden. Those are the best. Oh my gosh. You do. Oh my gosh. Tracy's like, I used the shimmer paste and the metallic watercolors earlier. I love it. I need to open it. Sue, me too, right? Hi, Lynn. How are you doing? I'm so glad that you are able to catch us live while we are here. So I'm really excited for you to be here with us today. All right. So just to kind of rewind a little bit, we are talking about how to make cards that have that you can change that mood with just changing the colorway. So we're going to be playing around with 2 colorways. So I'm going to start off with my Halloween like spooky one, and then we're going to do like a more of like a holiday kind of happy little bit of a fun one. So we're still going to be using the same stuff, same stamps, but we're just going to be changing same other materials, but we're just going to be changing up the colors. Okay. All right. So for Nestled Whimsy, if you don't have this yet, it comes with this die. And so this die will make some eggs. So you can see those eggs, and they are right here. And then it also makes these this little bird nest. And actually this reminds me, my mother had it was a pair of, oh, I forget which birds they were right now, and they were in her tree right in front of her house. They were really low too, all summer, and she was very protective of them and would actually shoo all of the squirrels away to make sure that they were protected. And then they had their babies, they moved on, and then she was sad. She wanted them to stay with her the whole time. So really cute. Oh, hey, Cece, how are you doing? I'm so glad that you're here. We're talking Mini Delight, and this is November. So this is not in the store yet, but if you are a subscriber, you can sign up to be a subscriber today. This is the one that will be coming to you. And so what I love about these die sets is everything is right here. So we can actually cut this out of multiple colors, or I can cut it out of one, and I will show you how you can make that a little bit different. That's what we're probably going to be doing today. But that is this. And I love how it's one piece, because I'm one of those people that like stuff ends up everywhere all over my craft room. And so this is really super great that it's all here. And it also comes with these little 2 adorable eggs. How cute are these? So cute. All right, so we are going to die cut those. And then we have Nestled Whimsy. And then this is the stamp set. Now the stamps, this is not, they don't have dies that come with them, because the die set is like a coordinating die set. So you could use them together. And so here is the example on the package, where you can see you have these flowers, little tiny layered flowers, and I'll show you how they go. But you also can put them with the nest if you want to, or you could use them on your own as well. And that's what we're going to be doing today. But you can see that they are very plainly spelled out. So we have an A flower, a B flower, and C flowers. And then we have the foliage, like here's A foliage and B foliage, and that those will go directly with those other flowers. And I like that. And I even like how these are a little bit separate, but you have just enough to add a little bit of some other things on there, which is really super nice. Oh, I love that you guys have also birds. Love birds. I know, I kind of miss them. Like they're kind of going away, which I'm a little sad about, but I know spring will be here. They will be here very soon. So I'm really super excited. By the way, Han, is it possible to put a link in the chat for the paper sale that is going on today, which I saw was 55% off? Is that right? 55% off? So let's put that in. So this is that time. Now, Altenew has some fabulous paper collections. I am just using up some paper that I have. I'm going to be digging out spicy yogurt in just a moment, but this is just some navy cardstock that I have. So I'm going to cut this. I just have a piece of 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to cut this down to an A2 card size. Oh Oh my gosh. Patricia, I'm so excited that you're here. And actually, you just gave me a reminder that just what the heck we're doing. So let me fill you in on what's going on. So we are playing around with the November. That's right, November. And I understand that it's not November yet, but November Mini Delight, and it is called Nestled Whimsy. And it is this adorable little bird's nest and eggs, and the stamp set for the Mini Delight are these adorable flowers. And Altenew gave me exclusive access. I'm so excited to play around with this today. And we're going to be talking, how do you do some different colors? So we're going to start off with a bit of a spooky, oh, they said spicy yogurt will be coming back. Oh, good. Yeah, I stock up on that stuff because I love it. Roberta, I'm so excited that you are here. All right. Okay, so I have a piece of A2 navy cardstock, and I'm going to check really quickly. I just want to make sure that this stencil that I'm going to use is here. Leaf bed. I feel like this one is not around. Yes, it is. Yes. Okay, double check. So I'm going to grab a stencil, and I wanted a stencil that kind of matched up for like what I was doing today. And so this is the one I grabbed, which was leaf bed stencil. And I thought that this was a really nice stencil to match along with what's going on. Oh my gosh, I love that you guys are talking about all of the wildlife that is happening at your houses right now. I know everything's like trying to sneak in. Have you realized that? Everything's like trying to get in there. So it's awesome. All right, so this is our leaf bed stencil. And I'm going to be using some shimmer relief paste, and I'm going to be pasting this in here. So I want to actually use my sticky mat, if I can grab it out of all of my crazy stuff. Ooh, I need to clean it. Dirty, dirty, dirty. Let's see. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to grab my spray. Now, for those of you who don't know, I have like extras of these mats. These things are amazing. This mat is the one that fits in the original 1.0 version 1.0 stamp wheel, or the original stamp wheel. And so this is really nice because it's like an 8x8. And it's exactly like a stamp. So it's just like a photopolymer stamp. You can see that it is well loved. It is stained. It's just like if I were to use a lot of red on a stamp, that's exactly it. And I can clean it with water. I can clean it with soap and water. I don't need anything special. Or you can clean it with the Altenew stamp cleaner, which this stuff is amazing. All right, so I'm just going to grab a cloth, and I'm just going to wipe this down. And that's because the last time that I used it, I did not clean it before I put it away. Which is not good, folks, not good. Make sure that you take care of your tools, and then they will take care of you. All right, and if you're just joining us today, we are talking about the November Mini Delight release. So this is not yet available in stores. You guys are getting a little bit of a sneak peek here. And they let me into the Altenew warehouse to grab some stuff. Never, ever happens. So I'm not sure if this will ever happen again, but we'll see. And we are talking about how to use some different textures and sparkle and whatnot in order to create some different moods and a little bit of color. All right. So I have a piece of navy cardstock, and this is just cut to A2 size. I'm probably going to end up cutting this down just a little bit. And the reason why I'm using this mat is because this is going to stay. So I don't have to use tape. I don't have to use anything else. This is going to stay. And it's also going to get my stencil to stay. So I love that. Oh my gosh. I was going to say, Kona, you're in Hawaii. Wild pigs. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. And that you have macadamia. Then you have like macadamia nuts that just fall down. That's like in Florida when you can just walk by and there's like mangoes just on the ground. That just so it's so odd to me because we don't where I live, we don't really get that that type of fruit and wildlife. All right, so I wanted to use the leaf bed stencil. So that's the one that I have right here, and I'll put that right over on the side so you can see it. So we have leaf bed stencil, and I'm using this because I thought it was going to be a nice pairing with the Nestled Whimsy guy here. All right. I'd love to share. Patricia, you do have crafty friends. We are all here with you, being crafty together. And I'd love to know, are you crafting along with me? Are you in your craft room? Are you driving home? Are you at work still and hoping that you were in your craft room heading home? Let me know. I would love to know that. All right, so Altenew has a palette knife set. They probably came out with a nicer, newer one. This is an older version, but yet still really great. And what I love about it is it has these different sizes to it. And so I'm going to just grab my smaller one and we're going to try. We're going to check this out and see how it goes. All right, so I'm making like kind of a spooky kind of background. So I'm going to use this one, which I believe, I got to tell you, it doesn't have a thing on it. So I don't know. I might have gotten one, but I'm hoping this is kind of an iridescent one. So I just want to let you know. So I just opened this up. The Shimmer Relief Paste is really super nice. It is very creamy and you can see I can get a lot on here and it's very easy to work with. It's kind of like a whipped cream. So I'm just grabbing that. And so how many of you guys have used this or have you looked at Shimmer Relief Paste and you're like, I don't know what to do with that. It makes me nervous. I would love to know. Winding down. Oh, Lynn, I'm so glad that you are winding down with us. All right, so just put a little bit on there and I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to kind of smooth it through. Just trying to get into those little nooks and crannies. And I think I'm going to grab a different brush. Now I wanted to put on a little bit of a thinner layer. And of course I'm doing dry as we go along. Okay. All right, but I'd love to know, are you somebody, do you love Shimmer Relief Paste? Are you scared of this stuff and it makes you a little bit nervous? Let me know, where are you in the Shimmer Relief Paste? Are you kind of loving it or not? All right, so I'm just grabbing some more, just putting some over here. I always love stencils because I get to this point where I just really have no idea what the heck is going on. Is it different than regular paste? I have to say, Kathy, it's really smooth. It's kind of like frosting is probably not even the best. Frosting is probably like a little bit thicker. This is a little bit thinner to move around. I kind of like it. Make me nervous, but using it more and more. Yeah, I know. Liz, I'm not sure how long it takes. I just realized that I'm doing this on a live, so hopefully it's enough. And I'm just going to get this around. And I'm using 2 knives just because I wanted like a really thin layer. I don't want a lot of this stuff. I want it to be a background and not like the focal feature of my card. And I'm just going to move this around. I'm going to grab some more stuff. Oh my gosh. Patricia's like, yes, I want the blues still. Looks buttery. Oh, that's a good way to put it. Yes, I like that. Oh, and Susan is all over Shimmer. Susan, do you have like a favorite color for Shimmer Relief Paste? And Christy, if you share this live while we're live, you'll be entered to win a gift card. And this could be your purchase is some Shimmer Relief Paste. All right. So I'm going to try this guy. Oh, I have to say, it is very smooth. I'm not a good cake decorator. I'm like really, really terrible with that stuff. I kind of skipped that gene of like being able to cook and bake. Not my thing. But I definitely, this is really super easy to put on. And I'm going for like a little bit of a distressed look, I think is what I want to say. And so this is coming along nicely. And I have to say, if you end up getting this, does anybody also have the Altenew palette knives? Do you want to make a recommendation, or do you use your finger, or is there any sort of like technique or tool that you like to use with these? That I'd love to know too. Dries pretty fast. Oh, thank you. Dries pretty fast unless you lay it on really thick. I am trying my best to not lay it on thick. I'm trying my best just to kind of keep it. And this, of course, is like, I was also trying to get a stencil where you could really see like some of that shimmer come through. And I'm not going to go all the way to the edges. I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of a section. Although I think I like this so much, I might actually add more on. All right, here we go. And you use your palette knives. Oh, thank you so much, Kathy, for sharing this information. And you too can be like Kathy and be entered to win a gift card to Altenew. Please share this live while we're live. Hey, we have Han behind the badge today. Han, the amazing Han. I'm so happy that you're here. She is one of the finest people and so awesome to have with us. And she's putting those links in the chat. And by the way, You notice I'm using I'm trying to use some colored cardstock and some trying to get out of the white sometimes. And Altenew is having a paper sale, 55% off. So take advantage of that. That does not happen very often, people. So definitely take advantage of that. All right. Oh, I'm excited. I'm getting a little giddy. I'm getting to that point where I'm nervous, like, when you lift it off and you're like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Okay. Okay. And now I'm working it a little too much. All right. Clean clothes or crafting with friends. I love that, Nancy. I got the silver and it works. Oh, that on black would be great. I think so. I kind of like doing some of this stuff, especially this one on. I have the silver. We can take a look at that one too, but I really liked the idea of this one. This one looks a little pewtery. Oh, wow. And Christy just placed an order yesterday. Awesome. Christy, what are you getting? Are you doing the shimmer relief paste? Which colors did you end up getting? We need to know. Inquiring minds. All right. Okay. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna leave it there. Take off the rest. You can see that I did something sometime. Did not clean off that knife. I'm a little embarrassed. I'm a little embarrassed, guys. I gotta say, it's like someone coming over your house and you haven't put your dishes away. Sorry about that. 2 things. I'm like, oh, I did not clean that. Okay. All right. We got it. I know. Thank you, Brick by Brick. Yes, Han is the best. And again, if you share this live while we're live, you'll be entered to win a gift card. And Patricia, I like that idea, an old credit card to spread the paste. That's good. And jet black cardstock. Yes. Oh, so good. All right, here we go. I'm nervous. You guys can tell I'm nervous. I'm like pausing. I'm like, I needed to already be like 3 steps ahead of here, but I'm like, real nervous. Oh, it's so nice. Ooh, this is cool. Oh, this is going to add so much texture. Oh, wow. Oh, that is cool. Wow. So neat. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I'm going to hold this up in just a second. Dishes away. Why? Just use it again. I know, right? So I'm just adding a little water just to keep that stuff a little moist, a little wet here. And then I am just going to kind of clean this off, clean off my knives a little bit, just a tad. So that way I can make sure that this is clean. Oh, thank you so much for sharing this, Dawn. All right. No! The Chewini wants pets. The Chewini wants pets. That's what's going on. All right, I'm going to use my Altenew tweezers. And again, this is like reason number 805. Why do you have Altenew tweezers? So you can pick up things and not. And in fact, I got a little bit, I don't know what's happening in there, but we're going to, oh my gosh. This is awesome. All right, I'm just going to pick this up. This is gorgeous. I wish you guys were here in the studio with me to like see what the heck is going on there, but it's so nice. I mean, it's so pretty. And then that navy just pops off of that. That's awesome. Wow, so pretty. Yeah, this has got to be the pewter, huh? This is so nice. I was hoping for a little bit more iridescent, but I'm going to go pewter. That's neat. And you can kind of see this as like a spooky Halloween sky, right? Oh my gosh, Tracy, you have no idea. Thankfully, he hasn't been up here yet, so we'll see what the heck he's doing, but that's really pretty. All right, I can't take my eyes off of it. I got to move it to the side. All right, I'm going to move that over to the side so that way I can do some other stuff. All right. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, so cool. And I just took my little stencil and I just added some water. I'm just kind of giving it a little swipe, and I will go ahead and I will clean this later on. Well, considering that I haven't really cleaned anything else, maybe I won't, but hopefully I will clean this later on when we are done. All right, so now I'm going to move on to our star of the show, which is Nestled Whimsy, because that was not the star of the show, guys. I got to tell you, that was not the star. As much as you're like, okay, Amy, thank you for a good show. Appreciate it. Let's move on. Not the end, people. Not the end. All right. So let me bring out this Nestled Whimsy die. So then this die is neat. And again, this is the November Mini Delight. And so if you are a subscriber for us, you have seen this and maybe it might be coming to your door. If not, you're getting a little bit of a preview. So this won't be in the shop until November. Is that right? or am I in December? I don't know. One of those months. It's coming up. This is a little preview, guys. And so this is the one that's coming in. So we are going to, I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut this out of some brown cardstock. And then we're going to darken this guy up with some inks. So I am going to grab, again, I think he can fit. I just want to point out again, this is awesome. So for those of you guys who don't know, if I was here last week and I was using my best friend in the world, which is my mini blossom. And what I love about the mini blossom is you can take your cardstock and you can cut it into 3x6 sheets, and it's always ready to go. And especially when you have a die that happens to fit, this makes it amazing. And guess what? We do. So cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this guy right on here. In fact, I'm going to put I have a metal shim, which is hiding somewhere. Oh no, the gnomes came. All right, I think I'm going to try this without the metal shim. Gosh, I just had it, guys. All right, it is somewhere on my desk. If you guys let me know if you find it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this guy in. And we'll see how she cuts. Oh my gosh. Curl the mat to oh yes. Curl the mat to release the paper. Patricia, I was like so starstruck. I was so starstruck. I was like, oh, I can't stop looking at this stuff. All right, I'm just kind of rolling this through, hoping this should cut. This should cut. Mini Delight's actually pretty good in terms of pressure and stuff. She does a nice job. All right, here we go. Move her over to the side. Oh, I love that. Yes, that's a nice idea. Nope, it did not. I knew I needed the shim, people. All right, we're gonna go with the big guns, and I'm gonna grab my other guy because I can't find my shim. But that's okay. That's all right, everybody. We're getting there. All right. I'm going to be bringing out another guy momentarily. Anyway, so we'll just pop him on here. And I'm going to grab some spicy yogurt, a little bit of spicy yogurt cardstock for my eggs. All right, so I'm going to just put this guy through him, the big guy here. And I am going to add a shim. For this too. All right. So if you are just joining us, we are talking about the Mini Delight Nestled Whimsy, which is not yet available in the store. And we are using it to make, or I'm using it to make some, you know what, I'll use some of this. I have some leftover craft cardstock. I'm going to just use these guys. All right, a little bit of a paper shim here. Hopefully that will work. Kind of just want to put these at an angle, you know, so it goes through. A shim. All right, okay. Who is ready for Halloween? We got Halloween tomorrow. That's all my students have been talking about. Everybody's talking about parties. What parties they're going to be at. Costumes. Really excited because it's finally on a Friday, you know. Hasn't been on a Friday in a while. So we're hosting a little party over here, so it's going to be fun. I wish you guys were all invited. All right, so hopefully, fingers crossed, this guy made it through. Okay, otherwise, this is going to be a really super short live. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Oh, yeah. That was probably, and then sometimes I do things too much. And this is one of those times. That's okay. Better cut than not. All right. So if you're just joining us, we are talking about Nestled Whimsy. And I'm actually going to bring back my little mat here, and so I can assemble these pieces. Now, I cut them out of one piece of cardstock, and that's just, I could take this and I could run it through 3 times and get all different kinds of cardstock. But what I'm going to do to show you the lazy man's way to do this is I am just going to use some ink in order to get these to be a little bit different. And so I like to do that because it's cheaper and it is fast, in my opinion, because I can just add a little bit on. I can also do some shimmer if I want to this. So there's a lot of things that I can do for this. All right, why are you still adhered? Let's get you off of there, maybe. All right, there we go. Okay. He wanted to stay part of the nest. All right, so there's one of our little pieces. And then this looks like that is the body. And then we also, here's an 890-10 for this. We're going to grab our little eggs. I like these eggs. They look like little dinosaur eggs to me. They're really cute. So we got our little eggs right here. So cute. And then I got all these other little, these are a lot of little tiny pieces here. All right. And again, this is not yet available in the store, so it's a little bit of a preview. And I like to put things on my sticky mat because then I know that it's going to adhere, it's not going to move. And so when I do things like, you know, put ink on them, I know that they are going to hang around and they're going to stay. All right. So how are we doing out there? How is everybody going? Oh my gosh. Running. All right. I just saw that annual races. That's awesome. Available to the public. This one, I think it might be December. I think it's December. That I have to go double check. But Han can check for us when the Nestled Whimsy is available. I think it's either November or December. I think it might be December. But if you are a subscriber, then you will have early access to it. And what's neat is you can actually take a preview and look at what is available and then like make a decision of like, hey, you know what? I think I'd love to have that. Or you can pass on it if you'd like. All right. Okay. So I have some brown inks right here. And I grabbed some nice dark like browns because I wanted to keep this a little bit on the natural side, but I also wanted to be moody. And since I want it to be a little bit on the moodier side, I actually am going to add in some dark blues and some dark purples. So I have some Arctic Mountain and I'm going to bring in some Andromeda. Oh, it's gorgeous. And I have some, these, I have the other purples, but I'm going to use these guys as well. Oh, so I need purple. Purple. All right, so I'm going to start off just to kind of take a look at this guy. So he's my little base. And so I'm just going to take a look here. I'm using this as a little bit of a guide to see how this works. And it looks like this part right here is going to be in the very, very front. And this is going to come up. In fact, I wonder if I'm just going to kind of see how this all works together. And we're just going to kind of push all these on top of each other and see how they all work. So I'm going to start off with the background being my darkest color. All right. And I don't have a brown. Oh gosh, I think I need to make a brown. Yeah, I'm making a brown. All right, so I'm going to start here. Now I can take these and I can add in some little bit of glitter. I can add in some embossing powder just to kind of give it a little bit of some different color. All right, so I know the outside of this is going to be shown. And so I'm just coming in to give it that nice, deep, rich color. And of course, I'm going to use my mini blending tools for this because they are awesome and amazing to add all of that color to. Oh yeah, and absolutely. Like there's no way, Patricia, that I could do this without the sticky mat. The sticky mat is the best thing ever. They do. So Patricia, these are like, you want to think about it as like a gigantic stamp. And so just like your photopolymer stamps, they will lose sticky over time. but I don't know. So you remember I washed this, or if you were here, I washed this. It's sticky again. So like I used it. I put, I think I had like baby powder on it because I must have been embossing something. I don't know what the heck I was doing. I was doing a lot of stuff. So yes, but then all I did was I wiped it clean. I used the Altenew stamp cleaner because I like this stuff the best, but you can use water, you can use soap and water. And it cleans up perfectly. So it's exactly like new. So it's just like your stamps, just like your stamps. All right, I'm gonna let that guy dry a little bit. And then I'm just gonna see what it looks like if I add a little bit of blue to it. So this is Arctic Mountain. This is from Northern Shores. I don't know if this has been released yet as fresh dye. And I don't think you can totally tell that this is blue. Nope, it just looks a little bit darker on there. All right, let me grab the Andromeda. Just kind of playing around. Sometimes when you have these really super dark browns, you can't see. So sometimes it's nice just to try a little bit of do something. All right, yeah, that's very, very dark. Okay, so that espresso is pretty dark. So I'm going to use those. I just want to show you guys, you really can't tell what the heck is going on because I know that this is so far down, but I'm just going to grab this. And I know it looks to you guys, and I hope that will, can you see how it's like a little bit lighter? There's like the purple and blue is kind of in there, but because it's so dark to start with, it was like, a little bit. So, you can add it in or not, it's up to you. All right, so I'm going to head down, and now I want to add in some mocha, and I'm going to do that on this piece right here, okay? All right, so I'm going to grab that brown. In fact, I'm not even going to add mocha. I'm just going to use whatever the heck is left on here, and I'm going to come in from the center and just start to come out. And I want to leave those edges just a little bit light because I want kind of like a ghostly shadow to be on here. So for those of you who are like, what are you doing? This is mocha. So I'm just kind of going through the browns, and I'm going to see what the heck it looks like if I add some purple. I don't think this is going to do much, but we got ink. I know it's there. So it's making me feel better. I guess that's one way to say it. I know it's there. All right, here we go. So now we just have that little bit. And so it has some little edges that are a little bit lighter. So, but I don't want to do too much. All right, again, I'm just going to take what the heck is on here, and I'm just going to start to just add a little bit of that. In fact, I'm just going to grab a little bit of that mocha, whatever the heck is on here. And I'm just kind of sticking for the middle. And again, I just want to give this just a little bit. Don't want to go crazy, and I don't want it to be all one color. And then I'm just going to grab that purple and just stipple on just a little bit. So I can grab some more on there. And I'm just picking what's up off my mat just so I can use it. Okay. So again, just a little bit. Now, oh my gosh, Adrienne, I'm so glad you're here. And so if you are just joining us, we are just past halfway through. We are talking about Nestled Whimsy, and we're talking about how can you do, different colorways and shimmers and whatnot. So I took a background of navy cardstock, and I used the shimmer relief paste. And this is still a little tacky, so it's getting there. But I used that and with the leaf bed stencil. So that's going to be my background, and then we're going to add our Nestled Whimsy to this on here as well. All right, so here's my guys. I want to add just a little bit of antique gold, but I'm going to do that in a moment. I actually want to play around with these eggs a little bit. So I'm going to grab some blue, and I'm just going to darken these guys up just slightly. And I'm going to start at the bottom. So I'm thinking about this like it's the moon. And again, I'm trying to give it, a little bit of a spooky kind of twilight type of vibe. And so that's starting to darken up. And I'm going to do purple with the other one, just so they're not exactly the same. And this Andromeda, and this is Arctic Mountain. These are the two that I'm using. Oh, I need a little bit more of that Andromeda for this one. Just a tad. All right. Oh my gosh, so cute. All right, so we want to add a little bit of shimmer. So I can do this in one of two ways. I could actually sprinkle on this, or because these are really super thin, and what I meant by sprinkle is to splatter using my metallic watercolors. But because these are, you know, very, very thin, I'm actually going to come in with my embossing ink. I could also use the enchanted ink, but I felt like this was going to be a little bit brighter. Notice I am not like I'm not using any sort of like, you know, please don't go here type of powder because I want these to, I don't really care where it falls. I kind of want it to be a little bit random as this goes. Now I am going to use gold, although now that I'm thinking about it and I have this color, I don't know if I want to use another metallic. So I think I might switch that over to platinum. You know what? I'm going gold. I think gold's going to be better. Copper would be pretty. All right, and I'm just grabbing some of this. I'm just going a little bit on some edges. I'm probably doing too much. Okay, so we got that on there just a little bit. And now I'm going to grab a piece of paper and we're going to sprinkle some stuff on here. All right. You can tell this guy's been love to be. Oh, hello, Christine. I'm so glad you guys are here today. And we have Han behind the badge. So please give Han a shout out. So excited that you're here, Han. And at this moment in time is when I wish I did not lose my tweezers to my desk gnomes, because I wish they were here. If anybody sees them, let me know. Again, I'm just kind of trying to get these just a little bit on there. And again, I don't know where the heck I put stuff, but hopefully it works itself through. And I'll just do just a tad down there. All right, and here we go. Actually, I'm just going to start to use whatever the heck is down here. And I know these steps are like, oh, this is little extra steps, but sometimes I feel like I like those little extra steps. It's the little things that kind of make it cool. And these are kind of scene cards, so I thought that was neat too, as you're making a little scene. And I thought these little eggs would be really neat moons. I was thinking about doing them as moons. All right. Okay, so I'm going to pop these guys back on my little mat. Hopefully in that meantime, the gnomes have returned my tweezers, and we can start to go ahead and, oh, I found them. Who knew that? Somebody told the gnomes to stop goofing around and return my tweezers. Thank you. Oh, hello. Newer inks are a little thicker. I've noticed that they're very similar in formula. They're like easier to blend. I've noticed these are a little bit like it takes a little bit more work for the crisp dye inks for me, but the fresh dye inks I do, and I have to say what I love about the fresh dye inks is I do love the packaging. I love the fact that it comes in the circle, and then I can please check with your cat. I think so, Nancy. Almost forgot. I think so. Oh. So the fresh dye inks, which are these ones. So let's pull them out so that way we know what the heck we're talking about. If you're like, what are you talking about? So I have like almost all of the inks in the crisp dye because, you know, why not? And I did get them all in like a mini size. And so that just means I have them all, right? But I never got the full size pads in the crisp dye inks. So that's these ones. So I have them in mini size. I'm in the process of moving everything over to fresh dye, but you know, it just takes a while, and some things have been released, or it's released in a different way, etc. And so I'm just kind of waiting. In terms of the difference, they're both dye inks. They're all dye inks, and so because they're dye inks, They react with water. You can watercolor with them. All of the techniques you can do are the same. It's a little bit of a different formulation, and that's just because they had switched manufacturers. The biggest difference is obviously the packaging. So this has that circle packaging. And the reason why I love the circle packaging is it's super easy to take off. And I'll show you what I mean when I get back here and stop doing this. And so you notice that I had my, oh, now I lost that. Oh, here it is. This was the old packaging for the fresh dye inks. Sorry, excuse me, for the crisp dye inks, if you got a full pad. And these lids like never sat right. They just never sat on there well. And you need like two hands to get them off and to get them on. And, you know, they stacked, but not super great. What I love about these, watch, one hand. What? So it's one hand on, one hand off, right? Now that is stuck. You're like, oh, it's stuck to your, nope, I can do it here. Well, maybe it does need to be stuck a little bit. I couldn't do that with the other ones. And then the other thing that I love is when it's sitting, and I'm going to grab some that I actually have labels on because I don't have labels on everything yet, is I can see everything. So it's nicely labeled. Everything is right there. And so that is the biggest difference. These I find them to just be a little bit thicker in the sense that they blend better. I like the way that they blend a little bit better than the crisp dye inks. I always felt like I had to like actually do this. Yeah, I got to say, Christine, if you have like any sort of hand or arthritis or anything like that, these are awesome. And it feels like you're like, oh, it's loose. I don't know. No, they're actually on. They're on. They're not going to go. And they are easy. Like I said, you can do it with one hand, especially if you have, and again, and I forgot who it was that said that their 9x12 mat just came. Get the 9x12. This is awesome because I can just keep that on there. This will stay, and then I can just take it on and off with one hand, which means my other one, I can use this, or I can use my tweezers to keep things steady. So absolutely fabulous inks. I love the packaging on them, and I definitely recommend moving those over. All right, in the meantime, let's take a look at our nest. So our nest, now I have gold dusted them. And so here's our little nest. I would love to, I'm just going to kind of stick these little guys on, and we're just going to glue them up. All right. And like I said before, I'm just going to kind of play with this in terms of where they go. I don't necessarily think there's like a direction exactly. Maybe it is in this packaging, but I think it's a nest, right? So it's going to be however you want it to be, and that's going to be awesome. And I am doing it from dark to light, but I don't believe there's like a guide in here at all, but I'm just going to double check for us. Nope, there's no guide. All right, so this is what it is, folks. So we're going to use this a little bit as a guide, but we're just kind of digging in and going for it. So I'm going by, this has like the most surface area, and now I'm just going to lay on the one that has the next most surface area. And watch this be the time that this is done. Oh no, Christine. But Christine, it's totally cool because the crisp dye inks are great, you know? Yes. And viscosity. It's a little bit. And Roberta, I gotta say, like, I haven't totally noticed like a super different. It's just I noticed it's a little bit easier to kind of go on. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, and like I said, I'm just going to stack these suckers up the best way I can. What I think, if I had to do this over again, what I would have loved to do is probably cut out a couple of pieces and then stack them on top of each other. And I don't know why I always like think about this later, but I'm like, oh, why did I not use the double-sided paper? Like, why did I not do that? I don't know, because I forget every single time. By the way that I put that on, there are these little notches up here at the top. I'll go up a little bit for you guys. And that's how this guy layered up on top of that guy. Okay. All right. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like looking for little notches. And this guy has, again, the more surface area. So I'm going to put him on top of here. And again, it's a nest. It's nature. Nature's not perfect. It tries to be. It works. But when nature makes mistakes, sometimes those mistakes turn out to be the thing that works the best. And then that becomes the new model, right? And that's how evolution works. So think about it that way. All right, I'm lining this down up at the bottom. So this is coming along right here. Oh, this is cute. I can say, like, if you get it like a 2 turtle doves, like this would be adorable, this little nest with that. Like if you did like a little Christmas, like 2 turtle doves. So, okay. And now you can see that little bit of glitter. Just again, we just use the edges with the antique gold. All right. Eventually, we're going to get this sucker onto my background, and we are going to finish this card just in time. And I'll show you what the plan was for the next one. And I think I'll just going to do the background, and I'll show you what we'll do. And this, again, there's just these little notches. It kind of fits in with that base. Oh, so cute. So cute. All right, so there's our little nest. How cute is our nest? So just as a reminder, in building this nest, this was the same cardstock. This was all a brown cardstock, which I can't find here. This started as that. Okay, that started as that. Got it? And so this is this here. All I did was I added some color to it. So we used the espresso. I used mocha. I used a little purple. I used a little blue. And then I also added the gold on it. But I think that that really is neat and just really gives it a little bit of a shimmer and a shine. And then we're going to take these guys. I'm actually going to go ahead and use my foam adhesive somewhere in here. And I'm actually going to pop these guys up a little bit just so they're coming out of the nest right here. So cute. I have the cubes, not the large round ones. Yeah, take a look, Patricia. You may be like me and have the crisp dye inks, and I use them interchangeably. They are totally fine. But the formulation, it's a little bit different. And you know what might be cool is just buy a set or buy one color in the crisp in the fresh dye inks and see if you like it. And if you don't, then then keep what you have. It's better. The best thing to do is to craft, right? That's number one, is use what you have and craft. And if you want to add some stuff to it, then hey, that's great. Do that. But first step is do some crafting. Oh my gosh, I can't handle it. All right. So again, these eggs were craft colored. Okay. I just want to point that out. They started out their life as craft. And then they changed because we added a little pink and we added a little blue, but it gives them a little bit of moodiness. Do you know what I mean? And that's what's kind of neat is now we have some moody eggs. All right, so let's take a look. So this was our panel, our background panel. It's relatively dryish. All right, I'm going to go for it because it's relatively dryish. I probably went a little heavy, but that's okay. Not a problem. All right. So what I was going to do with this is I wanted to add a little bit of a glow. In fact, I think I'm going to I wanted to add a little bit of a glow to here because these guys are pretty small compared to this whole thing. So I wanted to cut this panel down. But what I'm going for, or what I wanted to show you right now, is just kind of the vibe, the moody vibe. And so you see that we have how cute those look together. In fact, I'm going to do one thing. I'm going to just cut out really, really fast a little circle because I just want to anchor this right here. So I'm just going to grab a piece of some spicy yogurt cardstock, which I have right over on the side. And I apologize, I don't have a die. So I'm just going to do this relatively free form. So I apologize in advance that this is going to be a little on the ugly side. But how are we doing, Han? We're doing great on time. We're doing okay. All right, so I'm just gonna, again, I don't have a die with me, so I'm just gonna grab this. And someone had asked before about Barely Art Glue and what the difference is of certain colors. I gotta say, I have no idea. I'm not the best. I use this, I like it. There is a glue that Altenew has been promising that's gonna come out, and I cannot wait, but it is not out yet. Or if it is, let me know so I can do that. Do they come in cubes? Yes, John. Yes, they do. And that's the neat thing is that, and I love the cubes because they're travel size. And that's a really nice thing to use. So I do happen to like that. All right, so I'm just going to do this. And I think this might actually be, it's a little bit big. I'm going to make this I'm going to go inside now. And again, I am just free forming this. No judgment, folks. No judgment. It's going to look kind of like an egg. I'm going to do my best here to make this as much of a circle as I possibly can. Or maybe it's going to be a weird oblong shape. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see where it goes. All right. But again, I just want to give it a little bit. My idea for my other card was to do a tag. This would be a great opportunity for a tag, but I don't have one cut out of some darker cardstock. I do have some white. In fact, I might just grab that and abandon this, but we'll see where we're going. Just use a larger suitcase. I love that, Tracy, but I'm so cheap. I cannot pay the fees. But I agree with you. Just bring it. I know. I love bringing some art supplies with me when I travel. And I have to say, it's so weird when I get stopped by TSA and they're like, oh, ma'am, can we take a look? And they bring you in the room and they check your baggage. And you have possibly some weird stuff in there, What can I say? All right, so I'm just kind of toning this down a little bit. Again, this is spicy yogurt cardstock. And I just want to get it a little bit on the moody side. I don't want this to be stark white, just a little bit moody-ish. This would also be a great opportunity if you wanted to use those flowers that are in the Nestled Whimsy set. They are so cute, and I apologize. I wanted to get to them, but I'm so excited for this. And I'm going to add just a little bit of purple. And this Andromeda is so gorgeous. If you're going for a Halloween dark vibe, oh, so great. This is definitely my go-to witch color. So awesome. So beautiful. And this even looks great if you put some pink, and this will definitely tone it down and make it a little bit moody. Oh, look how cute that is. Okay, so now when we put this together, now that is a little bit more substantial, right? So now we can see that, and it's nice and moody. So adorable, right? So cute. Oh, yeah, and Elizabeth, I'm with you. The rounds are so awesome for that one. And Patricia, you have crisp dye ink. And it's good. The crisp dye ink is great. And try some. Pull some out and try some. All right, I got 2 minutes, guys. I'm going to very quickly share with you where I was going with the next one. And that was to use this gorgeous wood grain plate. And this, I wanted to build some texture on some spicy yogurt cardstock. So let me grab a piece of spicy yogurt and you'll see. And Han, this, I think I saw Tracy had put in there that this is going to be back in the shop. This goes out a lot because it's gorgeous. And you, if you have never seen or never tried spicy yogurt, put it in your notify me, and then as soon as it gets in the shop, just go and buy some. And I'm going to show you guys why there are spicy yogurt. I love how Bridget says that. She's like, there's spicy yogurt people, and then there are not. And there are people who have not tried spicy yogurt. And I completely agree with that. So gorgeous. So spicy yogurt, it's not a craft, and I'm going to hold this up to craft. So it's definitely a white, and my camera does terrible with white, but we're going to do the best we can here. Come on, buddy. And maybe it's better down here. So this is craft. You can definitely see how brown it is. And let me put this next to a white, but it has these speckles in it, and the speckles give it a little bit of texture. So you can see, again, my camera does terrible with white, but you can kind of see that it's not white. It's like an off-white, and then it has these speckles in it. And it's those speckles that give it some texture. And if you guys are okay, I think I can quickly run this through. I wanted to, yes, there it is. I wanted to run this through with this fine grain wood plate. And that's because this, I thought these two together would be amazing. And the texture on this, with the spicy yogurt, I just thought was going to be great. Now I can take this and I can ink this up with some brown. I actually wanted to do it with a little bit of green brown, just to give it a little bit more of a holiday, a Christmas vibe. But we're just going to go with the spicy yogurt just to show you guys. Okay. All right. So I'm using my press plate, and I'm just going to take this guy here and just put this down. And again, I'm not inking it up. I'm not kind of doing anything super crazy with it. And I just want to run this through. I forget how to use this thing. Why do I forget how to use this thing? I think this goes here, right? And then I put this on here. Right? And then I put this guy on. And then I run this through my machine. Is that right, everybody? All right. I think this is right. Okay. We're going to see what that happens. Hopefully that works. If not, we'll figure it out. But I wanted to get that nice, lovely texture on there. I don't think this worked because I think I did this backwards, but yeah, it's a little bit. It didn't get in there enough. It's slightly in there. All right, I'm going to play around with that a little bit because I think that would be gorgeous. But I wanted to play around with that a little bit. All right. You know, oh yeah, I gotta say, Tracy, they have to. Because spicy yogurt is like, there's so many devotees of spicy yogurt. You just got to have it. All right. So today we talked about Nestled Whimsy. It is coming. So I hope that you are a subscriber. And we also talked about using some shimmer paste, using colors like Andromeda and brown and some purples in order to really get some depth. And you can see on our little nest where I used the antique gold just on the edges, just to give it a little bit of shine and give it a little color to a little bit different. And even just that little weirdly cut out guy, just by adding a little bit of color, is so neat on there. And then if you put this, again, it's just going to really show off. Look how pretty that is. It's gorgeous. This is gorgeous. And when you get a mini delight, it's not just the dies. It also comes with this stamp set, these little adorable flowers, and that is how the flowers will look for that. How cute is this? All right, so please, if you haven't yet, sign up to be a subscriber. And this one is the Mini Delight. It's a wonderful, wonderful set, and that will be coming out in December. All right, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Han. I am so happy that you were here. And Tracy, you got it. All right, I will see you guys later. And I hope everybody has a super awesome day. All right. Bye, everybody.